Hello, my name is Mitchell T. Palmer, a gentleman barber. I'm coming to you from the library in the executive room to discuss the code. We live by a code, and we've discussed already in the past week being real, getting raw, staying relevant. Today we're going to discuss getting radical results. Let's dive right in. In the beginning of this discussion, I want to discuss with you. That was strangely repetitive. Anyway, moving right along. There are no secrets and there are no hacks or shortcuts to get what you want. In living by the code, you have to do the work. It's pretty straightforward. In order to get what you want, there are no secrets. You have to do the work. So, results come as a result of sacrifice. Let's discuss the word sacrifice briefly. And here I'm going to replace the word sacrifice with the word investment because I think it's a little more clear, a little more accurate. And bear with me here while we discuss sacrifices and investments. Okay? The sacrifice or investment of resources, energy, and time lead to the results that we are talking about. Why am I replacing the word sacrifice with investment? Well, fairly simple and straightforward. An investment is letting go of something less in order to receive or get something more in the long run. So this is why sacrifice versus investment. We're going to go forward using the word investment instead of sacrifice. And I'm going to switch to my face while I reposition my little tablet over here. Coming back to the tablet, there are two words that have radically different energy are the words interested versus committed. And as you can see illustrated there in the bottom underneath each of those words, interested carries with it phrases like I might. I might do this. I might. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know, I might. Versus I will, which comes with the word committed. So, I will versus I might. Interested versus committed. These are two words that have radically different energy. Now, results you create directly correlate to the energy and focus you apply, or your commitment. Pretty straightforward. We're going to move along, but first I have to move to a different page. And now that I have done that, we're going to go back to the tablet. First of all, you have to identify the result you want. Well, what do I want? Well, that's simple, isn't it? What I want is pretty straightforward. It's easy to find out what you want. No, it's not. It's not easy at all. But you do have to know what you want in order to move forward to receiving or achieving radical results. Now, what you want is based in four different major categories. Either your form, your faith, your family, or your function. Now, that's my affectation. My coach, my mentor at Wake Up Warrior, Garrett J. White, uses body, being, balance, and business. What you want is going to be made up of different desires, but they are going to be basically found within those four major categories. Okay? So how do you address getting what you want once you identify what it is? Well, the first step in doing that, in receiving or achieving radical results, is to identify the obstacles in the way of getting what result it is you want. And that's illustrated pretty plain and simple here. This is you, little stick figure. See, there you are. I know what I want, but how do I get there? Because there is a giant wall in front of me. The only way around or through it is through this door, and the door is locked. And what I want, or the result, is on the other side of this locked door. So Step one is to identify the obstacles getting in the way of what result you want and make a list of them. What are those obstacles and how are you going to go about getting over them? Well, the first step is to be able to know what they are. All right? Step two is going to involve creating the strategic solutions to the obstacles getting in the way. As I discussed yesterday and, well, last week and over the weekend, the next step is to learn the formula. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But today we're discussing creating the strategic solutions, right? The formula. Now, coming up with a strategic solution, or an A plus B plus C plus D equals the result you want, will take some thinking time to derive some decision or some solution. And here we have an illustration of you standing next to an obstacle. That solution may be your ladder to climb up to the top of the obstacle so that you can then climb over it and find yourself on the opposite side of the obstacle in front of the thing you want. And that's you on top of what you want, getting exactly what you want, because you've already gone through the steps to make sure that you are prepared for this. Now, the final step in this, pretty straightforward, is to get to work, to do what is required to receive what you want. I want to talk about two things real quickly here in this step 4 of getting radical results. Doing the work is what's required. It is not based on luck. It is not based on blessings. Now, I know there are some of you out there that are going to say, well, now wait a minute. Everything I get is a blessing from God. Yes, I agree with you. God gave you life. God made it possible for you to draw breath and to live your day-to-day life. But if God just handed out through blessings to everyone exactly what everybody wants at any one time, we would all have what we want without doing anything. And that's not how this works. In order to get what you want, step 4 here, as we've illustrated, is you've got to get to work. You have to do what is required. Now, today we have discussed fairly straightforward, simple ways to get radical results. All right, step 1 was, let me switch this around here. Step 1 was to determine the result that you want. Step 2 was to identify the obstacles in the way of getting what you want. Step 3 was to create a strategic solution to get the obstacles that are in the way out of the way. That requires some thinking time to make a decision, to create a formula or a plan to get over the obstacle and get on top of what you want. And finally, I discussed with you that in the long run, you have to get to work. You have to do what is required. What you get when you pursue radical results is not a matter of luck. It's not a matter of blessings. It's a matter of doing what is required. And this is the way in which we approach living by the code, which is be real, get raw, stay relevant, with a commitment to radical results. Tomorrow I'm going to come back to you and discuss the formula. That will be simple. In the meantime, God bless America, God bless you, and be good or don't get caught.